right, everybody, how are y'all doing? We're gonna try to do this ranking video. It's gonna be a little complicated. What I would like to do is rank all of the Wheel of Time for my family because now my mom, and my brother have all finished. And I just think it'll be a really fun video. We had, I don't even know, like a 2-hour FaceTime about this, and it was so much fun. I really wish I had recorded it. But some of my family is very private. So we are going to go ahead and record this. It's gonna be a longer one, and the editing's gonna be a nightmare, but that's fine. All right, so let's start in order. I think I'm gonna start with New Spring actually, and we're going to place these. So let me just grab it here. Okay, so New Spring, let's drag it. Oop. See if it'll go. Ooh, this is not good. Okay, it was working before. There it goes. Okay, come on. You can do it. No. Okay, New Spring for TJ is my brother. Is his number 10. He liked it, but not that much. All right, and then for my mom, New Spring is actually her 14. She actually really does not like New Spring at all. And I'm laughing because New Spring is my third. New Spring is actually the one that I have read the most. I've reread New Spring about 5 or 6 times. So I don't know why, but New Spring is basically my favorite, like in the top 3. And for our totals, oh, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. New Spring is 10 for the totals. I'm sorry. And it had a score of 19. So what we did was we did the scores backwards, as in 1 is the bottom and 15 is the top, and then we added them up. I know we're crazy nerds. So my brother's is actually not 10th. My brother's was 11th. Excuse me. Right? Nope, 12th. Well, now I'm really going backwards. Okay, there we go. Sorry about the light changing. It's a kind of cloudy day. So, all right, so that is New Spring. So I am definitely making New Spring curve upwards. There. All right, next is Eye of the World. I'm gonna do it this way instead because I'm smart. All right, Eye of the World is also a touch lower than most people. I feel like because me and my brother are new readers, my mom's not really a new reader, but me and my brother are new readers, Eye of the World is going to be lower because I feel like a lot of people have Eye of the World higher because of nostalgia, and we don't. So, for my brother, Eye of the World is 14th. He kind of struggled through Eye of the World. It was The Great Hunt that really won him over to the series. And I am going to open the curtains because it's really dark. Okay, that's a little bit better, but now my video is going to be off. I'll fix it. It's okay. All right, so Eye of the World is the bottom for my brother. He kind of struggled through it. I got really nervous when he was reading Eye of the World because I was really scared he wasn't going to like the series. All right, so 9. My mom's Eye of the World is at 9 here. She likes Eye of the World pretty well. It's like right in the middle for her. And for me, it's a touch lower, but not a lot. It is at 11. So that means that Eye of the World is actually going to be lower than New Spring, or higher. Where is it? Yep, lower than New Spring is, I was looking at the wrong place, is at 13. And Eye of the World's score was also a 13. So that's its total score for our family. All right, next. Gotta move along. Great Hunt. All right, for the Great Hunt, my brother adored the Great Hunt. He completely got won over by the series. He was so happy, and he finally was into it, and he loves Great Hunt, and it stayed up still, which I was very excited about. I like Great Hunt too. My mom loves Great Hunt as well, and it's her third, which is awesome. My Great Hunt is a lot lower, but the thing about ranking, and I think I talked about this when I was doing my dedicated ranking review, is that I adore the whole series, and I even could defend Crossroads of Twilight up to a point. So it's kind of hard to rank things because you're like, oh, it's number 11 or whatever, that's so bad. But in all honesty, that's actually pretty good because I love all of them. So it is number 11. No, it's not. It's number 10. Oh, yeah. All right. Which means that Great Hunt is going to rank rather high. And the Great Hunt, I'm always looking on the wrong spot, is number 4 in our total rankings. Great Hunt had a score of 32. So nice high here. Still haven't gotten anything in the top 3, but we are about to. All right. Next is The Dragon Reborn. I adore Dragon Reborn. It is very high for me, as y'all probably know. Right, TJ also loved Dragon Reborn. Ta-da! Number 3 for TJ. And it is my mom's favorite. She loves Dragon Reborn. I think it's so unique. It's titled The Dragon Reborn, but there's hardly any of the dragon in it, which is awesome, and I just think it's so unique. And I have it at 4. So all in the top 5 for us for the Dragon Reborn, which makes it very, very high. It is the 3rd top, which is 37, the score of 37. So now we have the 4th and the 5th. Still don't know what the top 2 is, but we'll find out one of them soon. As all fans know, Shadow Rising, which I feel like needs to be a touch bigger. Yeah, Shadow Rising. The Shadow Rising is probably the fan favorite. I don't know if I'm exaggerating there, but obviously it's gonna be high. It's pretty low for TJ though. Oh wait, no, it's not. Am I crazy? Oh my goodness, I was looking in the wrong place. Dragon Reborn is wrong. Where is Dragon Reborn for TJ? Oh my gosh, I was very off. Sorry. Dragon Reborn is 6. I don't know if I was looking... Oh, I was looking at the totals accidentally. Sorry. My notes are a little confusing. Alright, for Shadow Rising, that is TJ's 3rd. And again, I don't know why it's so small. Oh, but that changes the... Okay. It's fine. We can do this. That's fine. Okay. Alright, Shadow Rising is top 3 for TJ. I apologize. It's 6, that's why it was so... I was thinking the average would be off, so I was right. It's pretty low. Alright, Shadow Rising. And for Mom, Shadow Rising is 2nd. So 2, 3, and 4 are all in my mom's top 3. There. And then for me, I also think it is number 2. So that actually makes Shadow Rising our number 1 for our family. It's the most beloved book. 3, 3, and 2 gives it a score of 41. So that, just to re-explain it, would be number 1 is 15, number 2 is 14, and number 3 is 13. So 13 plus 14 plus 14 would make a 41. So that is the score for Shadow Rising. All right. Next, obviously, is Fires of Heaven. Kind of a controversial book. This is the one with the circus, so some people don't like it on that account. 15, 14, 13, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So for TJ, it is number 10 here. Fires of Heaven. Am I going off the page? I am going off the page now. I was worried about that. All right, Fires of Heaven is number 10 for TJ. It is even lower for my mom. 15, 14, 13. So it's on the next page for my mom. It is number 13 for her. And for me, it is even lower. It's number 14. All right, so that gives Fires of Heaven a pretty low 11. So we have a 13 and an 11 here down at the bottom. I wonder what the bottom will be. You'll have to find out. All right, so yeah, we didn't like Fires of Heaven as much, though I will say I like it a lot more on a reread. Fires of Heaven, as well as the next one, Lord of Chaos, I feel like are both reread kind of books. All right, Lord of Chaos, it is a little slow going, but the ending is awesome. Again, it's more of a reread kind of book, so I think you'll see that it is very high, more high for my mom because she's rereading it, but it's also pretty high for TJ. It is here in number 7 for TJ, Lord of Chaos. I need to make that a little longer. Okay, Lord of Chaos for TJ. And it is number 6 for my mom, so it is pretty high up there for my mom because, again, it is a reread kind of book. I was pretty surprised that TJ liked it so much. I kind of struggled through Lord of Chaos. It is kind of a depressing book. Sorry for everyone who loves Lord of Chaos. Again, I think it's better on a reread probably, but I also kind of didn't like it on my reread either, and I apologize. So I should stop apologizing. These are just my opinions. Y'all can have different opinions if you want. So Lord of Chaos is pretty low for me, and it's mostly like because the whole thing's kind of depressing, which is the same with A Crown of Swords. But I rank that higher for some reason. I don't know why. Make it make sense. Okay, so I have that up here at number 9 with a score of 22 for Lord of Chaos. Pretty respectable, kind of around the middle. All right, Crown of Swords is also incredibly depressing. It also has some of the tea grain stuff, I believe, is when it starts. As far as I remember. See, this is the problem. I reread it recently and I still don't remember what's in this book. All right, Crown of Swords. My brother pretty much struggled through Crown of Swords. He had it at 11. Probably because of that and just mental health things, hard to read through. My mom also struggled through it, also 11. And I guess I liked it slightly better, which means mine are off. Oh no. What happened to mine? 1 second. 15, 14, 13. So mine's 10, so that means these are down more. Goodness gracious. And that puts Crown of Swords right here with a score of 16. All right. Next is Path of Daggers. I actually really like Path of Daggers. I liked after the super long Lord of Chaos and Crown of Swords and Shadow Rising, I really liked that Path of Daggers was shorter. It's like quite a bit shorter. It's right down there with Dragon Reborn and Knife of Dreams, like being the shorter books, and I really liked the pacing in this book. So my family does not agree. Does not agree at all. TJ had it at 13 and my mom had it at 12. So my family very much disagrees with me on Path of Daggers. I had it right in the middle. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8. I have it at 8 here. So that means it's pretty low. Here at number 12, and it is 15. Score of 15. All right, so we are pretty much filled out here at the bottom, except you know where, you know what. All right. Next is Winter's Heart. I struggled a lot through Winter's Heart. I don't know if you've been following my journey, but I actually took a break in the middle of Winter's Heart because I was struggling so bad. I knew for Crossroads was like the worst, and I knew that I was just going to audiobook Crossroads. I planned that from the beginning, but Winter's Heart, for some reason, I didn't have that plan, and I really struggled through it. I love the ending of Winter's Heart, don't get me wrong. It's like in the middle for me because the ending is so good, but yeah, I struggled through it. So, but my family liked it. Winter's Heart is 5th for TJ. First 5th. That's crazy. And it is 4th for my mom. So pretty high up there for my family, but lower for me. Winter's Heart for me is here at 9 for me. So like I said, in the middle because I did struggle through it quite a bit, but that actually gives Winter Hearts a very respectable score of 30. So pretty respectable there for Winter's Heart. It's slog, but again, the ending is absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, just, what do they call, half dozen of one or the other? I forget the phrase, that's half of one and half dozen of the other or something. So, here we are at Crossroads of Twilight. I think most fans can guess what the score of Crossroads of Twilight will be. Down here, oops, with a score of 3. I think everyone can predict that. We all agree on Crossroads of Twilight. At least we agree on something. But it's so much fun that we don't agree. I think that's way more fun than if we agreed on everything. Okay, Knife of Dreams. Let's see, where is Knife of Dreams? I love Knife of Dreams. It's so good. But for TJ, it is here at 8. So right in the middle. I would think it'd be higher because of the relief from not being as bad as Crossroads. But that's okay. For my mom, it's even lower. Wow. For my mom. Oh wait. Is it the same? Uh-oh. Am I off? I think I have the world's one down. Sorry. These middle ones are hard to see the line. And for me, I had Knife of Dreams up here in 7. So all kind of clustered in the middle. So we all pretty much agree on Knife of Dreams. which makes it the average here. And that is 24. Awesome, awesome. So that is Knife of Dreams. I really like Knife of Dreams. It's really fun. Good Egwene book, as is Gathering Storm. Y'all, if y'all have watched any of my videos, you know what I think of Gathering Storm. And I'm very happy to relate that my brother completely agrees. We love Gathering Storm. It's just such a great book, and I love the ending. And it's just a great book for someone who suffers with mental illness, as I do, just to like see the lows, but also then to see the kind of release, the mental release of it. So that's why it's so high for me. And I think TJ agrees. I don't remember his reasoning. I apologize. But for my mom, it's kind of low for me, in my opinion. It's here in 7, which is pretty low, which is the only reason why it didn't get the #1 spot in our rankings, but it did get the #2. It has a 39 for the 2 15s and the 9, so right there in the middle for my mom. All right, we are almost there at this point. I was just getting so emotional when my brother was finishing the Wheel of Time. He finished really quickly, and I just was so excited that he decided to do this journey with us. And I definitely will be doing this with my family for Stormlight, and that is the deal, or the bet, if y'all remember. The bet was that he would read Wheel of Time and I would read Stormlight Archive, and so early-ish next year we'll be doing this for Stormlight Archive, which is super exciting. All right, so we have Towers of Midnight. I think I copied it. All right, Towers of Midnight was very high for my family. It's TJ's #4, and it is my mom's #5, and my #5. #5 or #6? #5. So pretty high up there for Towers of Midnight, which I think also gives it the #5 slot here. Very good book. Just rushing towards the end now, and now everything's filled in except for our Memory of Light. Memory of Light for me was such an emotional roller coaster finishing the series, and I just loved it so much. I was so surprised when I didn't put it first, just because of the relief. I feel like I waited to rank them for a little bit, and that's probably why, because I would have just ranked it first just out of like, oh my goodness, I did it kind of relief. But no, I put Memory of Light a little lower just because there's a couple things in the resolution that I was a little bit upset about. If you want to know what that is, you can read. I'll link the Memory of Light review down below. But we can just go off of the little openings here. I had it probably the highest, and again, probably just out of like relief, but also it was a great ending. And my mom had it 8th, and my brother had it 9th. Just checking to make sure that looks right. Yeah, it looks right on here, which gives it a #7 slot right there in the middle, and it has a score of 25. So here are our rankings. I'm going to put it back up to the 1, 2, 3 slots here. It's just been such a joy to have my family read along with me. This was my mom's like series. She rereads it all the time. And when I started reading it, she was really excited for me. And towards the middle, she was like really there for me the whole time. And then when my brother started reading it, we were like rereading, we were like looking up where he was, we were like helping him out with his questions, and it's just been such a special experience that's really like got us closer together. You know, adult friendships are hard, and it was just so special to do this. And I already said special like 20 times, but that's okay. It was just so special to have my brother come along with me on this journey. And we have very different opinions, and that's okay. And that's still wonderful. And I just really, really loved it. Love disagreeing, love agreeing. We love completely different characters, and that's just the beauty of this series. So if you haven't read it, I purposely made this non-spoiler so that you can watch this and kind of get motivated. It's a long series and it takes a lot of commitment, but it is a beautiful series and I really recommend it. So read it if you can. Commit to just the first 3 or the first 4. You see that 2 and 3 are very, very high up here. Yeah. And I think that's all for today. I hope you like this video. It's so much fun for me to see different opinions. And I would love to hear your list or tell me below what y'all think. And I'll see you next time. Bye.